Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Lovers reading. So, I decided to create this reading for not only Valentine's Day coming up, but I wanted to give everybody a different perspective on relationships and what to look for when you have met somebody new in your life, and what you need to know about yourself as well, not just them. So, what I've done is I'm doing a heart layout spread, and one half is the divine masculine, and the other half is the divine feminine. So, whichever energy you feel you connect with, then it's going to pertain to you and where you're at in your life. And I think this is really important because it shows you where you're both at on your life path at the exact moment. And it lets you know what you need to be focusing on and like what you're going through on a spiritual level, and also what they're going through on a spiritual level. And then what your combined energies are together, and if they're harmonious or what are you both working on, and how do they come together, and what's the outcome going to be with this person. So today I'm doing an overall collective reading of what most people are going through at this time, energetically speaking. Like, this is what most of us are working towards as the divine masculine and divine feminine. And this reading is now available on thehealingemporium.com. So if you like this reading and you resonate with it, head over there, check out the reading. It'll kind of give you a description of what it is, and then you can send me a message, and then we can book your lovers reading. Okay, so let's get right into it. All right, so the divine masculine, where are they right now? Where are they at? So for the divine masculine, we have individuality, and it's a number 11. So it really is them starting on this path and them understanding that that's what they need to do, that they need to completely come into themselves and understand that when they realize how powerful they are, and they realize that they have their own very specific energetic pattern that they need to be sharing with the world, and that that's going to help change the world, that is going to help them feel more fulfilled in their life. So that's what they're currently focusing on, is them moving in the direction of helping others and them coming into their power. The next card is body. What are they physically focusing on in life right now? And the divine masculines right now are focusing on basically figuring out who they are and where they came from, and using that knowledge to propel themselves forward and build a foundation for the rest of their life, for their future, and understanding like genetically who they are and where they came from, and how they can best take care of their bodies, and what steps they need to take to make sure that they're giving themselves what they need physically. Because it's super important. A lot of us don't think about it. Like, what do I personally need to make myself as healthy as possible? And what are some of the changes that I might need to make that happen, and to give myself optimum health? And a lot of it is genetic, and a lot of it is like ancestral. It's passed down through the generations. And you can definitely break out of old patterns that you've been carrying with you. You can break out of addictions. You can break out of bad eating habits, or anything that's not serving your purpose, being lazy or whatever it is, or being clingy, or being codependent. If you've been any of these things in the past, this is basically giving you the opportunity to discover yourself and provide for yourself in the best way possible on every single level, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So that's what the divine masculines are focusing on with their body at this moment, is trying to figure out how they can become the best versions of themselves. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm doing mind, body, and spirit, and then a message from spirit for the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and then the combined energies together. So that was mind and body for the divine masculine. When you come into your power, it can be overwhelming, but it's something that changes who you are, and it gives you like a different perspective on life, and it literally it propels you into a new way of being, and you understand that it's super important in your growth to understand who you are, where you came from, and why you specifically are here. Like, why am I here? What am I doing? And using that as fuel for your future. So that very much all right now is what the divine masculine is doing, is he's coming into his power. That's the solar plexus chakra, and that's what's coming up for me. There's a lot of yellow. There's a lot of just a lot of really vibrant energy directing the divine masculine forward right now. Like, he knows he's being called on his mission, and he knows that there's no turning back. Like, this is what he was meant to do. And sometimes it's hard to just 100% go for it, but once you get connected and you understand what you're supposed to be doing, everything else will fall into place for you. So that's very much what they're focusing on with their mind and their body right now, is coming into their power. What is their spirit focus, or what is their heart focusing on? Sorry. Their heart right now is focusing on, again, coming into a time of great personal power, and having basically a huge growth in their career. And whatever their career is, it's basically going to have an artistic background, or like linking with other people to complete said project or said life path. So it's involving lots of people, and this is what their heart desires. Their heart truly desires to connect to others and help other people, and working with other people constantly, collaborating, creating, sharing, connecting. That's where their heart lies. Their heart lies in the collective consciousness, not just themselves. They understand that they're just one piece of the puzzle, and that they're needed to, light up a bigger circuit and affect other people in a really powerful way. So that's what they're focusing on with their heart right now, is understanding what their part is in this whole greater scheme of connection. And they're super passionate about it. So understand that your divine masculine is going to be someone who is going to be very involved in their work, and they're going to be extremely passionate about it, and in turn they're going to support you in whatever it is that you're doing with your life, divine feminines. And divine masculines, if you are this person and you are really passionate about helping other people, it'll just come naturally to you to support your partner. Like, you'll just do that. That's just who you are. You're here to show your partner what it feels like to be loved, supported, connected with, and reflect love back to them for once, because a lot of us have not had relationships that were reflecting the positive qualities. A lot of us up to this point have had to endure relationships that reflected to us what we all needed to work on and what lessons we needed to learn. But now in 2020, we're all moving forward. We've worked on a lot of our traumas. We're starting to realize that these are all just things that we have to work through in order to become ready for our partner, our long-term partner. And so the divine masculines very much are going to be available to be that person, which is beautiful and so rare and so awesome. So thank you, divine masculines, for working on your shit and preparing yourselves for your divine feminine, because it does take a lot of courage to work through your hardships and to heal your own heart and to want to share your love with someone else and take care of someone else and love someone else other than yourself. But this is basically saying that they've worked on their self and they've given themselves the love that they need, and they know they're worth it, and they know that they're powerful, and they know that they're a lover and that they're here to do that. So they're doing it selflessly. They're giving, they're loving. So bravo, divine masculines. That's amazing. And thank you for showing up, because we really appreciate that. Okay. What is their soul focused on right now? What is the divine masculine soul focusing on right now? Basically, they're collectively understanding that they have to release themselves from whatever's been holding them back, and that it's taken them this long to get where they want to go because they haven't had the self-confidence that they needed to make it happen. And that's something we all go through, is not knowing if we're good enough, not knowing if we belong somewhere, or if we fit in anywhere, or if we're just a bunch of freaks. But it's really cool because now that we're all starting to communicate and we're all starting to come together and show support for one another, this really is a time where everybody can come into their power, which is what the divine masculine is doing and has been doing. But this basically is representing them breaking all the chains that were holding them back. So if that was, just moving into a different job, or just whatever way the divine masculines needed to move forward in their life, they've done that, and they've started to take the steps, and they're on their journey. They're well on their journey. They've been doing the work. They've been detoxing stuff out of their life that isn't working for them anymore, and they're doing their absolute best every single day to make it happen and to do what they want to do with their lives. So that is awesome. What is the message from Spirit for the divine masculines? Your message is that the time is now for you to completely go onto your life path, and that you're basically being called forward to do so. And you know this because a lot of you probably did something crazy, like moved to a different city, or, moved away from your family, or, started classes with something that you've never done before, or started your own business, or started YouTube channels or podcasts, or whatever it is. It's a huge, bold move for you to get your message out there. You guys have all been doing it, and they want you to keep moving forward. Do not doubt yourself. Understand that this is what you're supposed to do, and it is time for you to completely step into your path. And that don't doubt yourself at all. You're 100% on point with what you're supposed to be doing, and they basically just want to say thank you for working for it, and thank you for knowing that you need to change your life so that you can help change the lives of others. Okay? All right. Divine feminines. Where are they at right now? The divine feminines are experiencing new beginnings all across the board. We have the number 1. That's starting brand new. That is understanding that all possibilities are available to you, and understanding that you are going to have to make big moves this year, and that it may feel uncomfortable to you, but if you're willing to move into it, it's going to create a better life than you've ever experienced so far. So that's cool. Okay, mind. Where are the divine feminines at with their mental state? What are they thinking about constantly at this time? What the divine feminine is going through right now is breaking out of old patterns and breaking out of like listening to what everybody else is trying to tell you you're supposed to do, and becoming your own authority figure in your life. You making the big moves, you directing the ship of your life and choosing where you're going to go next, and learning to like very carefully plan out your next steps and take the steps necessary to make your dreams come true and create this brand new life for yourself, because that is what you're supposed to do in 2020. You're supposed to create the exact life that you want. And when you do that, it changes everything. It removes old patterns that you don't want to be in anymore. That you know, if you're working jobs that aren't fulfilling you and aren't making you happy, this is basically going to help you understand what moves you need to make to create the environment that you want for yourself. And the courage is going to come to you, and it's going to stand behind you with this transition. And know that the transition isn't always easy, but once you start to do it, the gift that you will start to receive from feeling happier is 10 times better than, you know, being somewhere that you're miserable. Because life is short, and the truth is we don't know how long we're going to be here. So the more you can start to come into your power as the divine feminine and say, I run my life and I choose what I'm going to do with my life. And these are the things that I'm going to do to make this happen. I'm going to create the best life possible for myself. So that's what the divine feminines are coming into mentally right now. Mind and body. So physically, what are the females doing right now? The divine feminines are basically understanding that they do have to start making big moves, and they're trying to cultivate that. What are the next moves I need to make, and how am I going to do that? They're stockpiling money. They're starting to eat healthier. A lot of us, I feel like, have naturally just been steering towards a more healthy diet for ourselves and not necessarily thinking about it too much, and just listening to our intuition and doing like whatever our bodies are asking us. A lot of us have been like needing a lot more water, and we're doing that. A lot of us have gone vegetarian and vegan because our bodies are asking us to. Our bodies are asking us to take out the toxicity and replace it with fresh, vital nutrients and minerals. And, you know, live nutrients give you more energy and get you so much farther than anything else can. And so this is basically saying that a lot of the divine feminines have been coming into their intuition, and they have been listening to what their body is asking them to do. And this is going to help you fulfill your path. And it's going to give you the more energy that's required for you to create the life that you want. And so just continue to listen to what your intuition's asking you to do. And if it asks you to change your diet a little bit, just continue to do that. It doesn't have to be anything extreme, but always honor what your intuition's asking you. And always do research. I 100% always want everybody to research everything. And whatever feels best to you, what makes most sense to you, that's what you should be doing for yourself. Okay, what is the divine feminine's heart focusing on right now? Where are they at with their heart? This basically is saying that you too are realizing that you're coming into your power, and you're like feeling this in your whole entire being. Like your heart is literally swelling with power and like with love for yourself, and like you're feeling so grateful for everything in your life, and you understand how powerful it is to make moves for yourself and give yourself what you need and what you desire, because it makes you feel more fulfilled in your life. And when you feel that way, you start to overflow with that joy and that love, and you can share that with everybody that comes into your sphere. Anyone that talks to you, anyone that watches you on social media, they can feel that. They feel that love that you have overflowing from yourself. And it's a huge gift in and of itself to be able to do that for yourself. So continue to do that. Honor your heart. Honor what you what you need to do to make yourself feel that happiness and that love, because that's the most important lesson here on earth, is to understand that you're the only one who's responsible to give yourself what you need. And you need to make yourself feel how you want to feel. Do not ever expect it from anyone outside of yourself, because that's where you're making your first mistake. If you can't give yourself what you want first, you're never going to be able to reflect what you want to your partner. You're going to be taking them down with you. And so this very much is talking about taking charge of every aspect of your life, making plans for how you're going to create this life that you want for yourself, and feeling more complete than you ever have, because you understand that you don't need anybody else, that you have the power to give yourself that love. And everyone else is just a plus. Everyone else that comes into your life and loves you is a plus. You don't need anyone else. And so if you can kind of shift your consciousness and replace it with that, I am full, I am love, then you don't have to feel that you need it from an outside source. So that's what the divine masculines, or excuse me, the divine feminines are experiencing right now, is self-fulfillment, self-love. And they're shining this out into the universe, which is what we all need. We all want to see that example of someone who's been working on themselves, someone who's been giving themselves what they need and not expecting it from outside sources. So that when they meet their divine partner, when they meet their other half that complements them, they will be reflecting to each other that love that they seek, because they have it within themselves already. They are full, they're complete, they're happy, they're satisfied. And if you're not happy and satisfied, then you need to come get a reading from me so I can help you figure out what steps you need to take to get there, so that you can attract your actual divine partner to yourself. Okay. What is their soul focusing on right now for the divine feminines? What their soul is focusing on is basically just the magic of the universe. They're experiencing things that they never have before. They're feeling more connected to everything and everyone. And they're understanding that they can create the life that they want. Because they've been moving into it and they've been taking the steps that are necessary, they're starting to just kind of go with the flow of life. And when you're going with the flow of life, things just like, you notice more stuff and you do become more grateful for the small things in life. And then more of those things are presented to you. So this is basically just saying that when you're in the flow and you're doing what it takes to create the life that you want, life gives you everything that you want. And if you remain in gratitude and you keep working towards what you want, everything kind of just like goes into in sync with you. You become in sync with the love in the universe, and more of that starts to show itself. So the soul of the divine feminines right now really is understanding that, and they're being grateful for the universe arranging their life how they want it. The divine feminine is being given the things that you're asking for because you're willing to make the changes necessary. So that's awesome. And know that this new beginning is going to be successful because of that. Because you're in your heart center, and because you're coming from that place, because you're filling yourself up with your own love, that love is going to be reflected back to you in all ways. At work, in your love life, in every literal aspect of your life. Physically, you're going to be feeling that love because you're listening to what you need to do to change your body and give your body what it needs. And so that being said, the divine masculine and the divine feminine right now are very much on the same path in their own way. And so the message from Spirit for the divine feminines is basically saying, yeah, just savor your life. Like, enjoy all the little things. Enjoy your pets if you have them. Enjoy whatever season it is where you're at right now. It's snowing where I'm at, and I am so happy about it because it's, you know, seasonal stuff. It's like, I live in a place where there's 4 seasons. Maybe some of you don't, but for me, I really try to just like absorb every little second in each season because it reminds me that nothing is constant, and the only thing that's constant is change. And to be grateful for each moment that I'm given. Each breath that I breathe and each experience that I have, I am very extremely grateful for it because it's unlike any other. And like, seasons changing is just like one easy way to pay attention to it. When the snow is falling, it becomes extremely quiet. And that's something that I really, really like just totally enjoy, is that silence and that quiet. It's like a meditation for the season, and I love it. And it makes me feel like I like to just snuggle up when it's snowing and enjoy my cat and just enjoy being at home, being comfortable. And that's something that I feel a lot of people don't do a lot, is just take time to just enjoy their life. And so that's what the Divine Feminine is being called to do right now, is enjoy your life. Enjoy every little aspect and gift that you're given, and just take pleasure in the little things in life. And whatever your passions are, just move forward with them and don't have any fear. Just know that that passion is going to attract all the things that you want in your life. So yeah, what are the combined energies of the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine right now? Basically what it's saying is that both of you have had a lot of toxic relationships in your life, and that you're both doing the work right now to create the lives that you want for yourself. And in doing that, you have to drop all of the old, you have to drop all of the old patterns that you've experienced before so that you can experience something new. So the Divine Masculine, what a lot of you have been experiencing is unrequited love, which means one of you loved the other more and there wasn't enough chemistry or there wasn't enough passion from both parties to keep it going. And that's a continuing pattern that you've experienced over and over again. And this usually stems back to childhood, is attracting a partner that isn't available for you. And the thing is it's like you both might share like a love for each other, but that's not enough to actually have a full-blown partnership, because one person is still stuck in their trauma and you take it personally and take it out on yourself, and you feel like for some reason you're inadequate or you are incapable of being there for someone else. So you very much are going on your mission and you're learning what you need to do to fully start connecting to people, and that includes your partners. So understand that moving forward, you're going to attract someone to yourself that is available for you on all levels, and you don't have to question that, because you're doing the work, because you're putting yourself out there, and you're moving forward confidently. Like, you are feeling yourself. You know who you are. You know what you want. You're doing it. You're making it happen. And in turn, your Divine Feminine is going to show up, and she's going to be doing the exact same thing. She's been working on her trauma and she's been releasing her trauma, so she's not going to be bringing that to the table either. You guys are going to come together open and available and willing to just be present with each other and just be there and just love and just experience openly. Communicate. You guys are going to be communicating, which is so important for relationships. The Divine Feminine, you guys have very much been in relationships where you guys weren't communicating. One person wasn't sharing the full story. Maybe it was you. Maybe you weren't communicating what you needed in the relationship, and so it never happened, which caused resentment and separation. Because when you aren't communicating fully with what you want, you're never going to get it. And so because you're both working on these negative aspects that you're aware of, you know you need to communicate more. You know that you need to release old patterns of people that aren't available. And you guys know that you're available now. You're healed. You deserve to be loved. You love. So now that you're both working on your shit and you're taking the steps necessary to create the life that you want for both of yourselves, when you come together, you're actually going to feel that. These people are going to feel different to you. Their vibration will feel different. You'll finally feel like you're not questioning everything. And there won't be this weird imbalance that you're battling, because you can feel that within partners. Like, If they're imbalanced, you know, and like you know what their like flaws are or whatever. But this is going to be different. Like the flaws in this person that's going to be coming into your life, it's not something that's going to be detrimental to the relationship. It's going to be something that you personally are coming in to help them with. Whereas in past relationships, it's something that was just too much and it made it not work for you. But this is basically saying that when you guys come together, you're not going to question it. You're actually going to be excited about giving this relationship a chance. And you're going to want to work on your partnership. You're going to want to communicate. You're going to want to go out on a limb to help them in whatever way they need to. And it's going to feel good to you. It's going to nourish you. It's going to recharge your batteries when you're there showing up for this partner, because you're both going to be doing it. You're going to be mirroring each other. You're going to be complementing each other's energies. So in whatever way you can imagine that, like, you know, if one of you is more intellectual and like is kind of like stressed out and working all the time, you know, then the other one will kind of be able to like be silly and laugh and kind of help you feel like a human again, and like everything isn't so serious all the time. Or you guys can just be silly and joke together and be comfortable and, you know, just be yourself and do whatever you want to do. And you guys will have a lot in common, and you guys will you'll just mesh and flow together, and you guys will 100% want to do it, and it'll feel so much better than other relationships. You won't feel any blocks. You won't feel any like weird, like separation. That's not the word. Distance. That's the word. You won't feel distance from your partner. They're going to be there. Even if they're not physically there. Like, let's say one of your partners are going to be traveling or whatever. That's not what I mean. I mean emotionally and spiritually. They won't be distant from you. They're always going to be on board. They're always going to share. They'll communicate. And energetically, they're going to feel really good to you. They'll feel familiar. When you're with them, you'll know, like, you guys will just automatically feel like you've known each other before, and that automatically makes you trust them, and you're not going to question it, and you'll know that you don't need to. You're basically going to know that they're going to be a ride or die for you, and that's going to be like a feeling that you're going to have in your entire body. It's going to be like an energetic thing. You're going to know, like, I don't know, like if you guys can think of any best friend that you've had in your life, when you meet them, you know they're going to be your best friend because you guys are silly together, and you can, if you don't want to wear pants, you don't have to. Or if you don't want to wear makeup, you don't have to. If you look like a freaking hood rat, they don't care. They love you for you. And if you have dumb jokes, they think your dumb jokes are hilarious because you guys are so similar. And that's exactly how it's going to be with this partner, is you guys can just be. You're just going to be together. And when you can just be, you are 100% authentically yourself. And that's exactly what you need to be looking for, is that partner that you can totally be yourself with, and they can totally be themselves. And even if you guys have weird stuff that is hard to like understand, you can still get through it. Like, you'll get used to like the partner's little quirks and stuff. Like, nothing will be too annoying or like a deal breaker for you. Like, you guys will be so complementary to one another that it's just gonna work really, really well. So awesome. Okay, that's your collective, the lovers reading. So if you guys enjoyed that, I would love it if you would comment below and let me know what you thought. And please like the video. Please subscribe to the Healing Emporium if you haven't already. And head over to thehealingemporium.com and check out the lovers reading for yourselves. And let me know when you would like to schedule your reading. I have availability Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays as of right now. So send me a message. I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye. Mwah.